Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to yet another pickups video. Yeah, you're gonna ask, why another one so soon? You did the last one a little less than a month ago. Well, that's because if you pay attention to that video, you go and watch it, you will notice that I said there was going to be a part 2 because I had more gifts from fans coming and I got them like a couple of weeks ago. So I waited until I got more games on my own to showcase this little batch here. Yeah, so consider this video like a part 2 or sort of like a follow-up to that other video. I changed the name to pickups, game pickups number 5 for marketing purposes. Yeah. Anyway, let's begin. I had some back then on that other video. I had 2 packages pending from 2 great fans that I have. These 2 people are among my greatest supporters ever in my whole YouTube career. You probably have seen both of them on my live streams donating or just chatting in the super chat and that, so I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with these guys. And the first one sent me 4 games. She lives in the US and her name is Remy, also known as Ram Reanimated. You usually see her donating like $2 every single live stream that I do. So Ram, this is for you. Thank you very much for supporting my channel and for sending me these amazing games. And of course I'm gonna start with the Vita one because you just made me so goddamn happy with this game. You guys already know that I'm a huge fan of the East series, and she sent me Memories of Celceta. That's right. Man, I was so happy because this game, it is a little bit hard to find in Mexico, but most people sell this game for outrageous prices here, like $40 or $50, which is just annoying, you know? You don't want to pay these scalpers these just crazy prices. So I'm told that this is a somewhat cheap game in the US, so she picked it up for me and sent it, along other games that we're about to see. Memories of Celceta. Okay. I don't really need to explain about this game because I talked about this like 10,000 times already ever since I beat it. It was one of the very first games I downloaded on my Vita when I got the Vita on August last year. That was like 7 months ago. 8 months ago already. Wow, so much time has passed already. 8 months. Anyway, this game, right now, it's an exclusive to the Vita. You can play this game anywhere else but on the Vita, and later they ported to PC this game, I believe, and there are rumors, I'm not sure if they're confirmed or not, you guys let me know in the comment section, that this is going to be ported to the PS4. Not sure if that's real or not, I haven't checked that myself. All I know is that there's this rumor or news that it's going to be ported to the PS4. Is it a good game? Come on, do I really need to explain that? I loved it. I love this game, and it's probably one of my 3 favorite Ys games of all time, on pair with Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, and Ys 7 on the PSP. That's right, Ram, thank you very much. We're not done yet with her gifts. Next game she sent me was this really weird and, well, not weird, rare game in my country, and that is Ever Oasis. I had this game before, but that was like, wow, it's been a while. I got it like a year and a half ago, but for my business. I never got a chance to play it, and I sold it. It was merchandise for me. So time went on, and I found out that it was a really good game. And I tried the demo version and I was enchanted by it, and I said, I need it, I need the game. So I downloaded the game on my 3DS and played it for a bit, and I was like, this is an overlooked gem. It's not that rare or unknown at all, but it's still there. It's one of those games that people just need to know about. I mean, it's a great game. It's an action RPG. You build this town in an oasis, along with your cute chibi spirits and cute chibi characters. Yeah, it's one of those games. So let's say you're playing sort of like a Rune Factory game with some action elements like in The Legend of Zelda. Mix those two franchises and you get Ever Oasis. This is a fantastic game on 3DS, and this has become pretty rare in my country. Nobody's selling this game for less than 40 bucks. The same situation with Celceta. People just take advantage, in countries like mine, because most games, well, a huge majority of games, a huge majority of video games get imported from either US or Japan or UK, right? Most specifically from the US. So that is a problem in my country. Games are not that crazy expensive like in India, for example. Prices there are absolutely outrageous. But yeah, import prices, import taxes make games a little bit more pricey than in the US. And this is a perfect example. So yeah, it's good. I've never talked about this game on my channel before. I don't think so. I don't remember. And if I did, it probably was only once or something. But anyway, let it be then the first time. If it is, great game. Totally recommend it. Another gift that she sent me was Lost Sphere. Yep, Lost Sphere. Published by Square Enix. A lot of people were comparing this game to Chrono Trigger. Really? Okay, the battle systems are similar. That's just it. I mean, I see nothing from Chrono Trigger in this game. You know what? Whatever. Is it good? I did. I played the demo and I streamed that demo. That was like a month ago. It was a surprise live stream on a Sunday morning, and it was a great game. From what little I played back then, I liked it. It definitely got my attention. It definitely looked like my kind of game, and it definitely looked like the kind of game I want to play. Now, I haven't played anything past the demo, anything other than the demo. And that demo was like 45 minutes, I believe. So I don't think that's enough to judge an RPG. That may be enough to judge, I don't know, a platformer. But in my opinion, 45 minutes or less than an hour is just not enough to say. It's not enough for me to say if a game is good or bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I have no idea if this is any good or not. Just gonna try it for myself. Maybe I'll stream it again, and together all of us will find out if it's really any good, as good as it was in the demo or not. Lost Sphere on the PS4. Ram, thank you very much. This is the kind of game that I would never find in my country for any price. I'm serious. And last but not least, she sent me Art the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I told her, hey, it's a really cheap game. For those who have recently watched my most recent video about cheap RPGs for your low budget, I included this game there if you want to take a look at the video in case you haven't. This game is in there. Yes, it is very cheap, but ironically, yes, it is very cheap, but even for very low prices, it's a little bit hard to find in Mexico. And I mean it. I mean, you can find it online, but you get it like for $15 and plus shipping. And I know this is like a $5-7 game. So that's why she was a little surprised, Ram, when I told her that I didn't have this game. Like, oh my god, that's a really cheap game. I'll send it to you. So thank you very much, Ram. I've talked about this game before. It's a strategy RPG. In my opinion, it's, well, not the best. Let's say it's my favorite Art the Lab. Well, I do think it's the best. That's just my opinion. And it was an exclusive on the PS2, but it was ported digitally on the PS4 a couple of years ago. If you guys want to play on the PS4, do so because it looks great there. I watched some comparisons and it looks absolutely amazing. Well, not like it needed that port anyway, because on the PS2 it's a great game. This is a pretty underrated JRPG, one of the most underrated JRPGs of all time in my opinion. Art the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. Buy this game, play it, it's amazing and it's cheap as hell. Thank you, Rem. Thank you very much for sending these games to me and for your constant support to my channel. You are an awesome person. Like really, you mean a lot to me. Okay, let's move on to Mike McElhinney. He's another really kick-ass supporter of my channel, and he sent me 3 games. 3 games. And one of those 3 games, I am so excited to show you this. I thought he was gonna send me like the standard version of the game. No, he picked up the special edition of The Alliance Alive for me. So Mike, thank you very much. He goes by the name Einashi on YouTube. So you better thank that guy, because really this is a really great donation to my channel and to me personally. Mike, thank you very much. The Alliance Alive, and damn, I have to show it right now. Well, yep, that's it. It's the launch edition. Includes art book, CD soundtrack, and Robin's keychain. Robin's is a character. You see it right now. Okay, let's unbox this thing. Great edition. Okay, this is the, what do you call it in English? Keychain. Huh. That's Robin's. Yes, you can have a better look. That's Robin's. It's a character from the Alliance Alive. A playable secret character. Ooh, spoiler. Sorry. It looks good. It's plastic, but looks pretty well done. Detailed and all that jazz. Yeah. Pretty decent. What else is here? The art book. Wow, Dreams of a Blue Sky. The Alliance Alive art book. Yeah, I have been recommending this game to death in my channel like 5 times already. You guys know I'm already a huge fan of this game. Written by Yoshitaka Murayama, the guy who created the first 3 Suikodens. Just have a quick look here. Scenarios, characters, profiles, among other stuff. That's right. Really good. Really good. Nice special edition. Okay, the soundtrack. Sealed soundtrack with 20 songs! That's nice. Usually when you get soundtracks on special editions, they have like 5 songs or maybe 10. 20 songs, I think it's like the entire soundtrack. It's sealed, obviously. Beautiful soundtrack. I mean, the art, the cover looks really beautiful. That is the soundtrack. And of course, the game itself. On the other side, the box, right here. Alliance Alive. Has a manual that's just 1 page. Yeah, manuals nowadays. Well, better than nothing, I guess. Yeah. Thank you, Atlus, for localizing this game. For you, for making it. Pretty sure this game was made by Cattle Call, but I don't remember. Anyway, that is the Alliance Alive Special Edition. Mike, or Einashi, you rock, man. Thank you very much. 2 other games he sent me were Dark Rose Valkyrie. He streamed this game last week, and it was alright. It's an Idea Factory compile hard game. If you want to watch the video to get my full thoughts on the game, go and do so. And well, for those who haven't watched that video, it's a turn-based RPG. It's kind of weird, and it involves characters with multiple personalities. That immediately got my attention. Of course, I don't really expect a good, decent, profound psychological story in a compile hard game. I know it's a fucking comedy, but still, that got my attention. And it's a harem. Yeah, you're this guy and you get to choose between 5, 6, or 7 girls. Whatever. Fan service, yeah, you know the deal. You know the drill with compile hard games. So, what little I played about this game, I think I played like for 2 hours. It was okay. It was an okay game. It doesn't have good criticism, unfortunately, good reviews. But I don't know, I thought it was decent. I thought it's hidden gem material, but I need to play it a little bit more to decide that. I'll let you guys know eventually when I do some sort of PS4 hidden gems video on JRPGs, of course. Dark Rose Valkyrie, thank you very much, Mike, for this gift. Next is Origin. I think this was a limited run games. Yep, limited run games number 82. Says right in the back. It's this. This is conflicting me, this big rectangle in black. Anyway, Is Origin. Comes with, pretty nice. this. I talked about this game on my Hidden Gems video on the PS Vita, the first one. And because I had played that game for like 5 hours and it was amazing. I can't believe more people aren't acquainted with this game. Ys Origin is definitely a great Ys game. I will probably say it's my 4th favorite Ys game ever. But I still need to finish it. And I'm seriously thinking about streaming, doing a full stream of this game, a full playthrough. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure how long it is. From what I gather, it's a really short game. Well, it's a long game considering you have 3 characters to choose from. 2 at the beginning and 1 after you beat 1 route or the 2 of them. I'm not sure about that, but if you choose 1 character and beat the game with that character, I think it's a 10-hour game, maybe less. I have no idea. Maybe we'll find out together on my streams. Ys Origin. Mike, thank you very much for this, man. Okay, we're done with gifts. Let's move on to my own personal pickups. This is one that I have owned this game for quite a while, for like almost a year. It was just part of my merchandise when I had a shop, and it never sold. I had it for like $15 and nobody bought it, so I was like, hey, maybe I'll keep it. So I kept it and completely forgot about it. That's because I don't really collect these kinds of games, but I saw it and I recently streamed this game. It's Rayman Legends. It's a beautiful game, no point talking about it. I just played it for like 1 hour a couple of days ago. So Rayman Legends, pick it up. Apparently they rebooted the series because before this I had only played the first Rayman game on the PS1, and that was a really brutal experience, a really hard game on the PS1. And here it was alright, it was challenging, but easy, normal, yeah, right. Rayman Legends. Okay, my recent pickups, my real recent pickups, not games that I forgot in the basement 1 year ago. Well, I got Star Ocean, First Departure on the PSP. I love this game, I'm a huge fan of Star Ocean, you guys know that already. And the problem with this game is that I already had it before moving to England. I don't live in England right now. I mean, I went there 2 years ago. I lived there 2 years ago. And when I was there, I kept this game in my collection. And after I returned from England, kind of broke, I picked up like 10 games from my collection and I sold them. I sold this to my friend Oscar. Pretty sure he's watching this video. I sold this game to him and I got it back just recently. I'm so happy to own this game. First Departure. It may not be one of the best Star Ocean games ever made, but it's a pretty decent port or remake from the Super Famicom game that we never got. And I strongly suggest you check it out. Star Ocean First Departure. Pretty good game on the PSP. And I would like to say that, at least in my country, I don't know about yours, it's getting harder and harder to find complete in-box RPGs on the PSP for a good price. Most of these games are starting to become overpriced, $30 and no less everywhere you go. I'm pretty sure it's the same case in the US, but yeah, PSP, the time to collect for the PSP is over. Unfortunately. I mean, if you start collecting on for the PSP right now, you're gonna have a hard time with the prices, and I mean it. Anyway, but this was cheap. I paid $20 for it, a little bit less than $20 for it. So I got it for a really cool price, considering it's like a $25 to $30 game nowadays. But yeah, Star Ocean. Okay, the classics. You've all been waiting for the entire video. You probably skipped forward to this point. I don't know about that. Well, let's start with Crash Bash. Yes, you guys know I'm a big fan of the Crash games. Well, not that big of a fan of the platformer original games. No, I'm a big fan of Crash Team Racing and of Crash Bash. When I got Crash Team Racing, I think it's around here somewhere. Anyway, it's back there. There was a fiasco, the game didn't work. I told the story on my first pickups video, I believe. But I never thought that I would own Crash Bash. And my problem with this game is that the first time I saw it was first edition, Black Label. but the disc was in absolutely terrible condition. And that was like, I'm talking about 5 or 6 years ago when these games weren't that expensive. Back then, all Crash games were $10 or $20 games. So this guy wanted $15 for his copy, and I said no because it was just terrible condition. The second time I found this game, it was Greatest Hits. It was also on terrible condition, the disc. So I sold it to Oscar. I'm so evil. Anyway, Crash Bash. And the third time I found this game, it was also on terrible condition. That's right, 3 times in a row. Jesus, I said to myself, will I ever find this game in a good condition? And you know what? I gave up. A couple of days ago, I saw it for a really cheap price, considering it's a $40 to $50 game nowadays. I saw it for $25 and first edition, and I said, why the hell not? I gave up. I'm never gonna find this game in a good condition, and this will probably be my last chance. And guess what? I bought it. The disc is in terrible condition. Hey, at least it works. Crash Bash, I love the heck out of this game. I just wish I could have a good condition disc of this game in my country. Like seriously, finding nowadays PlayStation 1 discs on good condition, it's really hard. Crash Bash, next classic on the PlayStation. I'm not gonna talk about this game. Everybody knows it. Your grandmother knows this game. Your neighbors know this game. Everybody knows this game. Final Fantasy VII. You're probably shocked. What? You didn't have that game? I've owned it 2 times, but this is the 3rd time. Well, 3rd time's the charm, right? I'll keep it for real this time. Well, the first time I wasn't really collecting video games, so I sold it. And that was like 10 years ago. And the second time I kept the game, but my trip to England, yeah, I had to sell it. Well, it's getting more expensive by each year, but it's not like it's a hard game to find. It's pretty easy to find. There are like 20 copies, maybe more, 30 copies online in my country of this game. Almost every single reseller out there has this game for sale, so it's not hard to find. But the problem is that most people will sell you this game for $40 or more, in my country. So I didn't want to pay that much for it. And what I did was, along with Crash Bash and this next one you're about to see, I paid the equivalent of, in dollars, it will be $75. Yeah, $75 for all 3 of them. So I said, why the hell not? I don't have it. I lost it over 2 years ago. I sold it, and let's get it back. Final Fantasy VII, complete in box. And my last pickup of this game, well, it's the other one from that bundle. It's another classic. About a month ago, I did a video on this game. What the hell happened to The Legend of Dragoon? That's right! I got it back, finally! I have a history of this game. Well, a little bit, it's just not that relevant to tell, but I'll say it anyway. What happened is that this was when I started collecting RPGs. Well, I started reselling video games before I started collecting. Reselling got me into collecting. It happens to pretty much all resellers out there, I believe. Either they were collectors before reselling or the other way around, I'm pretty sure. But the point is that one of the very first games that I collected when I started collecting was this one. A complete in box, mint edition, first edition of The Legend of Dragoon. I'm not that big of a fan of this game, but I'm a fan either way, so I got it. And I was just so proud of seeing it there in my shelf, along with like 5 other games and consoles. And unfortunately, back then, I didn't have a shop there. I was selling online, and I went bankruptcy. I went bankrupt, went into a bankruptcy situation, and that was like a few months before I got the chance to open my shop, my store, in a small kiosk in a mall. That's a really long story, but the point is that before that I sold everything. I was back to zero, Before opening that store, I was just literally back to zero. I had no more games in my collection, 0 games in my collection, and unfortunately, this is one of those games that had to go back then, just so I could pay the rent and eat. I'm serious. But anyway, I don't want you to feel sorry for me. That's a story from the past. Thing is that I made it. I opened up a shop and I succeeded. And I never got this game back. And it's not like I was actively searching for it over and over and over, day by day, week by week, no. But for certain periods of time, I would just go online and search for this game, and all copies were like really bad condition, or missing the manual, or missing one disc, or they were greatest hits. Yeah, I don't collect greatest hits. And I wanted my first Black Label edition back, and I never got it for a decent price. I never got it until a couple of days ago. I saw it. It's in really good condition. It's not mint condition, but the discs are in pretty good condition. So I said, for $25, it was a no-brainer, man. I finally got back my Legend of Dragoon. And that, my friends, concludes my video. That's it. These are my pickups. I hope you enjoy this little journey. Some of these amazing gifts and some of these other pickups involve a couple of good stories. So I hope you enjoy them. And this is it. Like I said, consider this as a follow-up or part 2 to that other previous pickups video, which was game pickups number 4. And I just decided to call it number 5. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And also, if you want to, share your own pickups. See you next time.